situation. You know what I'm saying? And Kyle's here right now. We got the other camera rolling, and we're just gonna let people come through. You want to switch it up?
Okay. Yeah, how y'all doing? My name is Kai. Currently on parole. I had a 12 to life for gun possession, and I wound up doing 16 years out of that 12 to life. And doing that 16 years, eventually got parole. I've been home since 2021 January. I've been home over 4 years. Uh, I was informed that because I have life, I don't get people who have time on the back half. People who have time on the back get 30 for 30. Me, my stipulation was 3 years, no police contact, doing what I need to be doing, working, and all of that. And then I would be taken off parole. However, that's not the case with me. They have me on parole till 2029. I've been out the country. I've been out the state, all on passes, no incidents, no police incidents. I've been working. I'm union, 731. I work in construction. I'm home over 4 years, and still no signs of them let me off of parole. I assure you, I by far do not have the worst record in the world. I don't have no murders, no child molestation, none of that crazy stuff, none of that. I got armed robberies. Not saying that I got the best record in the world. However, I'm not glorifying none of this or minimizing any of it. However, I do feel the system is being unjust and being unfair when it comes to me being let off parole in 3 years or four in the time that I have without no police contact, doing everything I need to be doing. Now, however, I assure you, I ain't do what I need to be doing to get off parole. I'm doing what I need to be doing because I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I finally understand and got it right. But it still doesn't negate the fact that I notice that I can't just go and do certain things without having to go and ask parole's permission. And because I have to ask parole's permission, sometimes when my family or friends let me know of a situation happening as far as being able to travel, it's at their last minute because they just was notified. So a lot of times I'm not able to go because they're not going to move as fast as I would like them to because they telling me I told them at the last minute. When, however, I am telling them as soon as I find out.
So, Kyle, let me ask you a question, Kyle. You don't mind me interrupting you.
I don't.
So, you know, we come from the streets. We come from a spot where we got to hustle. You don't hustle, you don't eat. You know, and that's New York City, Manhattan, Brooklyn, wherever it may be in those parts. You did go to jail for a crime that you did commit because your hands pushed your hands through that because you had to do what you had to do to take care of family and take care of whatever had to be taken care of. So, how much time did they give you when you know, for this case that you went to jail? Did you go to trial or you didn't go to trial?
Okay, I was in the mix of going to trial and things of that nature. I was promised an 8 to life, and then when I went before them, they flipped it and gave me a 12 to life. I raised my voice in the court because I was shocked that, hold on, this is what you told me, because they asked you, have anybody made you any promises? You're supposed to say no to get the agreed time. But since they were switching it on me and wasn't giving me the 8 to life that they agreed to, I came out and I said, yeah, they made me promises. They told me I was supposed to get an 8 to life. And then they put me through the bullpen therapy. They told me to be quiet before they give me contempt of court and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Basically, threaten me with more time or threaten to, put me in a situation where I'm going to shut up and comply and just listen to them. But I was so stuck at why y'all changing it from the 8 to life to the 12 to life that I was in my feelings and I complained about it.
So you ended up doing 12 years. You went up on a 12 on a sentence.
They went up on the sentence 12 to life. That's what I wound up getting, but they made me do 16.
So you did, okay, so you did 16 and you went home on some parole.
I got parole January 2021, and I came home
on life parole.
On life parole.
Okay, on life parole.
I went before the following day. I went to I'm located in Queens. I went to the parole building on American Jamaica, spoke to the parole officer, gave him my paperwork, and received paperwork from him, and he expressed to me, because you have life, you don't get what the people who don't have life get. And I said, well, what do the people who don't have life, what do they get? He said they get 30 for 30. And I said, could you please elaborate and explain? Because I'm new to this as far as understanding how the new parole laws that changed come into effect. He explained to me 30 for 30 means when they do 30 days, they get 30 days taken off their time, back to their time. You don't get that. Why I don't get that? Because you have life. So you will have to do 3 years, the bare minimum. It's 3 years and then you get off parole. Not only did they tell me, other people that I've come in contact with that was on parole told me the same thing, but actually went through it and did their 3 years and was off parole. Me, however, even my parole officer says, listen, that's don't got nothing to do with us. You have to get in touch with Albany. I don't know why they still got you on parole, especially after going to Mexico or after going to the different states that I asked permission to go to and got passes to go to. Everything was successful. No police contact. Still today, I'm working on doing everything that I'm supposed to do. Not only that I'm supposed to do, but that was required of me and asked of me to do. No problems with nobody, whether it's on either a parole officer or anybody.
Everything they all recommend. Everything they tell you do, guys do.
I done been changed parole officers because they have a new thing where you can't be on with a parole officer for a certain amount of time. And the other parole officer said, wow, man, I'm glad I got you. The other one said, you're not a problem. Yeah. So I still don't understand why do I have to wait till 2029 to be considered to be let off parole. And I'm already 3 years past the time that was promised to me that if you do this without any getting in trouble with the law, I know you're drug usage, no police contact, no none of that. Why they're not sticking to what I was promised?
Their agreement.
And the parole is saying it's not them, which is the parole officers. And I understand that there's change of command to this thing. So why is not Albany adhering to what they said? These are the stipulations, because they do have it on paper and they do have it in black and white. This is how this go. You get 30 for 30 if you have time on the back. If you have life, they don't apply to you. It don't apply to you. However, I don't have no manslaughter. I don't have no murder. None of that. I don't have none of the no. I have not taken no life. I have not committed no rapes, no nothing. Nothing of the sort. I've been doing everything I'm supposed to do, not just to get off parole, but because it's the right thing to do. So if I hear me, examples need to be led. If you want me to follow what you deem to be the example of doing the right thing, then you should do the same as well.
So I'm looking to see, because I know some guys that got life parole, and they're going in with dirty dicks every time they got to check in. They give them a slap in the hand. They're not working with the curfew that the parole's giving them. So they passing their curfew, they getting slapped in the hand. They going out of state without permission. They coming back, parole know they did that, they slap them in the hand. So I don't have none of that. How that situation, how they able to get away with all that, and you're not able to get away in your situation or get parole taken off when you working. You with the family. You doing what you got to do. You asking permission to go out of state. You coming in there with the clean urine tests and all that. So now, do you think that perhaps it's maybe the families of the case or somebody that's throwing a monkey wrench towards you and don't want you to get off parole?
To be honest with you, I don't know. That's why I want to give Albany a chance to rectify this and tell me what's going on. I would like them to address the situation, because I learned a long time ago I should speak for no one but myself. So, and that's what I'm doing. I'm speaking for myself, but I'd like some answers, and I believe only Albany can give me those answers.
And Albany, as this day, has not given an answer. Because I wrote a letter to Albany last year with a few exhibits that I got from Bush and a few people to add to that, to let them know the thing. What we talking about now, that you went into prison, all right, you got your time, you came out, you amended to your shit, you want to do the right thing, you're a family man, you're working, you have permission to go out of state. But meanwhile, these other cats that are going in here and they don't care for freedom like you care, and they violating everything in the fucking book of the Department of Corrections, they being let loose. They being when it comes to parole leaving early, they cut they lifetime of parole being early. Why not you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so it's funny. Something funny is going on where, you know, these dudes is coming in there violating every rule of the book, and they get to go home slapping the hand. But meanwhile, you doing the right thing. So you know that saying that they're saying is either if you do right or you don't, you're still motherfucking wrong. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Because
I have to agree with you, because you know what? Parole officers have actually told me, yo, man, you got a lot of knuckleheads in here. You are definitely not one of them. I don't know why you still on parole.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And they don't have an answer for it.
It don't make no sense.
Well, why are you still on parole? You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
so it's something that
I would like to know if it's personal.
The monkey, you know what I'm saying? Somebody, what's going on? Either don't want you off for this shit because they scared. But you know, that's a, you know. Yeah, but you went up north, you ain't catch disciplinary while you was up north.
Listen, I did my time. I did what I had to do. Obviously, I've been released, so it was deemed that I should be released. So that means I had to do what I needed to do to get to where I'm at today. However, I would like to know, why am I still on parole to 2029, and I've been out since 2021,
and you doing everything,
and I did everything I'm supposed to do above and beyond, still doing it because it's the right thing to do. But I just don't understand, like, I've been hindered from seeing certain people who, since I wasn't able to go see them that time that I should have been able to go see them, they're gone now. And I can't get that visit back. And I'm in a free world, but because parole couldn't meet the demand of, yo, I got to go to Albany with this. You know, when you leave the country, it's a bigger process than it is when you leave the state. You know, but everybody wanted the parole officers to dot their I's and cross their T's, but yet Albany's not doing it. And when I say they want the parole officers to dot their I's and cross their T's, you want the parole, you want me to come, I got to give addresses, I got to give places, names, I got to get a picture of the person's driver's license. If I'm going with wherever I'm going, the people I'm going to be around, who's going with me on whatever trip or place or state or city I'm going to, and send it into my parole officer. He then has to fill out a paper and write down all the names of the people who I'm traveling with or going to go see, the addresses of the people, places that I'm going to be frequenting when I go to this state or to this country. And sometimes it's just overwhelming and too much to do in a short period of time.
It's like you're still in jail.
It's like I'm still in jail. Even though I'm out, I'm still missing funerals because I'm the stipulations on me is so tough and so hard, and that I can't even travel at my own free will by this time after completing what was necessary of me that I should be off parole. I'm still missing funerals and missing loved ones because Albany can't meet the deadline in time to travel. Oh well, and then I get an oh well, like if I don't matter.
But they get
if I'm not human.
But they give a deadline to them guys that are going in there with dirty urines. They breaking curfews. They going out of state without permission, and them are the dudes that they're supposed to violate because obviously them dudes don't want to be free. They want to be back in jail, so they keep doing the same bullshit.
Not only tablets.
Yeah, they made the tablets. So why is you letting these dudes
not only that, no offense, and you doing the right thing and you can't do it? But it seems like people who rape people get treated better than the person of you know what I'm saying, of gun possession or robbery.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like it's just weird and it's crazy on how, you know what I'm saying, somebody who really changed their life and doing what they need to do instead of what they want to do, just get looked over and treated as if he don't matter, and he doesn't have the worst crimes that a lot of people do have went and did just 3 years, the bare minimum, and they offer parole.
I know a dude now that got life on parole. He's out. And he ain't got no curfew. He going there with dirty dicks, and it's okay because they let him smoke marijuana. He could go out the states. He don't got to have permission or the shit here. And he got a couple of murders.
But look, and I don't have none of that on my record or nothing. And yet, you know what I'm saying, I'm treated as if I'm the the worst person in the world.
What y'all think about that, Little and Real?
Please.
What y'all think about that, man?
Elaborate, gentlemen, because this is crazy, man.
What y'all think about that, Little?
Yo, what up?
Y'all see each other up on there?
Yeah. Yo, let me speak first. What up? Salute to the world.
Salute.
Really real out of Queens. For those that know. All right. So I'm in a similar situation as Kai. I did 21 years, came home, light parole, had 21 light parole. I left the country multiple times without permission. Pretty much did what I wanted to do, but I kept the job and I basically always reported with my parole officer. We had a good rapport, right? I was let off 3 years to the date. But this is the point for Kai. It's biased. The system is biased. You cannot pick and choose who you want to tell. Yeah, because you made the same stipulations as me, you should be off parole. But because there's a biasness within the system where it's supposed to be equal justice and it's supposed to be well balanced.
Facts.
And that's the problem. And that's what happens when our good brothers get caught up in this and they're still tied into the web. Once you do your time, you serve your time, you prove you change, and you meet the criteria, you should be let off parole. That's that.
And it's not even happening that way. It's not even happening that way because, like I said, I know some dudes that came home. They got life. I ain't gonna mention the names. This dude that came home got 3 bodies. Came home, he got life parole, but meanwhile he going there, he's allowed to smoke weed. But in reality, they ain't letting a lot of dudes smoke that. Right. He can go out of state and them tell the parole when he came back that he was out of state. Or he could do what the fuck he wanted to do. He ain't even got a curfew. You know, they got this curfew that you can't be out the house before 8, and you got to be in the house, you know, before 8 p.m. at night, whatever. This dude ain't got none of that. So now you ain't got no murder.
And I got a curfew.
Yeah,
the house at 9.
That's what I'm saying. You ain't ain't got no raping. You ain't got no child.
But they still want me to abide by my curfew and everything else. And I do it.
So something's wrong.
It's the right thing to do.
Yes,
Only time I don't abide by my curfew and my parole officer attests to that is when I've got a job that doesn't allow me to meet that term.
Yeah,
that's wrong. The only thing.
Something ain't right, man. Something ain't right. And you know, this is why we gotta drop a link. And in the link, I'm hoping that all the subscribers will follow, everybody will support it. Freedom is a must. That we you know, you guys just call in. You know, it ain't all about money. We ain't here to get support about no money. We're here in support for you to call Albany, the Department of Corrections, and the parole office, and let them know that you call on behalf of Kai. You want to know what the situation is. You're concerned a family member. You're a concerned friend, and you want to know why this brother, you know, he don't meet those criteria of these dudes that don't kill people, you know, molested people and all that. But meanwhile, he got a curfew. Meanwhile, he got to report when he go out of state. Meanwhile, he got to do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? And they messing with him, man, because these dudes that came on with life parole, they don't cut their parole short. Well, them dudes is on parole now. So what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he got a murder that now the family is writing Albany and continue to write Albany to let them know, listen, we don't want him to come home, and we writing letters that we don't want him to come home. It's none of that happening there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know the situation where they say you have a right to face your accuser? In my situation, I don't have no accuser.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm accusing Albany, and I'm accusing the Washington 2 building because they the ones that seem to have all the answers. But they put the parole officers before you to deal with you, and then they ask they assessment of how they think this prisoner is doing. They don't even ask no question about me. They just got me there, and it's like if they got a sign or some shit on the computer that's saying, "Don't tell me nothing about him. We'll ask you in 2029. Don't ask us nothing about Kai Brown. We'll ask you in 2029. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Bro, Kai came. They over here with Little, real, came out here. They came out from New York. I'm throwing the cookout over here in Connecticut. And so far, we got, what we do? I think we got about 50 people.
About 50.
We got about 50 people. We got chicken, fish. Look, Little's over here eating the fish over here. And
golden. It's golden.
Know, it's golden fish over here.
Golden.
And they came out here.
Inside, snappy on the outside.
Not only to, you know, be together because we all been together in the same fucking situation. You know, we've been to Attica together, we've been to Clinton together, we've been to Elmira together. So we know what it is to be in the system, in the belly of the beast, you know, and we out here in the free world trying to live free, to really be free. We ain't even out here fucking up so parole could come and get us and have an excuse to put us back in the system. We out here doing the right thing, but is doing the right thing considered the good thing now? Being that this brother has been on life parole this time, for a crime that's not even murder. It's not even none of them other crazy shits. And they talk about every time they come in there that he got to go to the full extent to finish his time all the way to 2029 for him to be released
Gun
out of
possession.
parole when they're releasing other motherfuckers that are child molesters, that are
Gun
rape
possession.
that are murders and all that shit there way before their time is over.
Not only
So,
that,
I don't agree with that.
there's also, this is a major setback as well. It is believed that Donald Trump said, if you got 10 years out of prison, your felony goes away.
Supposedly.
If you have a felony, if you have 3 or 5 years, if it's a misdemeanor, 3 years, your misdemeanor goes away. So, allegedly, supposedly, or whatever, if I was supposed to be off in 3 years, that means I would have been off 2024, right? So I would have been working on my new life all around, where these next few years wouldn't have been hindering me or been robbed from me to get this felony off from my record, so I can show my grandchildren that there is room for improvement, that you can change. I have 2 grandsons, I have 4 daughters, you know what I'm saying? And I strive every day. And my strongest fight is to not take my will back. And I do a damn good job at it. And it's not always easy. I married 19 years to the same woman who did the time with me while I was away, and she's very supportive. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, everybody need a break sometime.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm asking for my due diligence and that I be taken off of parole, and that somebody look into this. And Albany, if you as real as you say, and you say the system works like you say it does,
Make it work.
then please do the right thing and find out why is my stipulations until 2029, when I was informed that I do 3 years, no police contact,
Nothing.
no drug usage, working, doing everything I need to do, and none of what I want to do, I will be off parole. But yet, you have me there to 2029.
And it's crazy. I sit back and think about stuff like this, man. Like, you know, you do all the good, and it's worth what? It's worth shit. It's worth nothing, only because you work so hard. And you know, see, because these people got a thing that they only come at you when you do something wrong. When you do the good shit, you know what I'm saying? There's nobody around to say, yo, Kai or Little or Real did this. They did this right. They're doing this event. Like, we doing this event today. This event today is about giving back to the kids, man. Giving out book bags. Tomorrow we're going to be giving book bags with pencils, with everything up in there filled up for the kids, because a lot of families is unfortunate. They don't got the money to do it. You know what I'm saying? And we only doing what we wish people would do for us when we was in this situation. You know, back then my mother worked 2 jobs to struggle just to pay this, to pay that. And now I understood as I got older why I never had a pair of skates, why I never had a bike. Because I never had a bike. I never had a pad. I never had a pair of skates. So I understood, I wasn't going to question Mom, but I understood that Mom had to work hard to make sure I had the roof over my head and make sure the gas and the food was there, and fuck them skates. And fuck, you know what I'm saying? But, these people tend to, now see that, we come out of prison. We trying to do the right thing. We trying to do these little offenses, stuff like this. As you see now, them people that's against us, they're not here to see what we're doing.
But let me just say this.
But go do something fucked up and watch them pop up over here, all around these woods over here, to see what the fuck we're doing.
But guess what, though? This is crazy, because prior to prison, we was already in prison through poverty. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
When you poor and you don't got much of anything or nothing, you know what I'm saying? They making you, when you steal and you stealing to eat and you stealing for food, they making that a crime.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not a crime.
And we fight for what's ours, because in reality,
That's not a crime.
they don't want to give us no work.
Come
on. Every time you go for this job over here now, you're not qualified. You go over here now, you can't do this, you can't do this. So what the fuck you want us to do, man? What else is there to do for us to go in the corner, pick up them bags, and go hustle, man? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they're pushing us to do. They don't never want to see us grow, because if we grow, them, they consider us being on that level with them, and they don't want us there.
Everybody's
You know,
all
they want us
talk.
underneath them. You know what I mean?
Everybody's all talk and come out with these programs so they could get funded this money
Crazy.
so that they could do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Take care of their household. But nobody don't really care about the next household because if y'all did, the legislators and everybody would make sure,
That's
you know what I'm
right.
saying? Everything is running right and everything is being, everybody's treated fair and equally.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's not what it's really about for them. It's about who can stuff their pockets the biggest, and
That's it.
you know what I'm saying. As long as I got for mine, that's all I care about.
But you see, when they commit these crimes, this government, these politicians, all that, right away they go up, then they get slapped in the wrist. They don't get to do no time. They got that shit there that they give them these breaks because who they want and all that shit there. For instance, rest in peace, Robert Brooks. You got them police that did that bullshit. You know where they're going. Yeah, he got 15 years. He got 15 years in protected custody. But that's where he's going. He's going to live like a king. Where he going? APPU?
Yeah.
Up in Clinton? He going to go over there going and grill in them courts and all that shit. Eat like he a king. He ain't going to go and face motherfuckers in the population where a nigga could go up there and eat his ass up for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit was crazy. You know what I mean? But, you know, I'm going to put the link up in there. I'm going to put Car's numbers on there. This information. All we need is people to call these numbers and let them know we calling on behalf of such and such. We want to know why he's been on parole this long, why he got to wait that long, and why other people in the same, you know, in worse situations, why they getting off. You know, why they letting them off, man? And they got worse situations than
I would love to hear that.
You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. And,
who's ahead of parole?
yeah,
I would like to know, like, I mean, because this day and age, everybody want to get paid, nobody want to work. So I wonder who's looking at these photos. I wonder if anybody, you know, all of you even know who I am.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Recognize, because you can't tell me this is a mistake. You know what I'm saying? Not this long.
or they bypass you, son, or your file got thrown out
The
somewhere.
computer clearly states 2029. They got this thing called parole lookup. Every time I used to look at that, when a friend of mine's named Little and a friend of mine's named Real said, yo, I just got off parole. Me and Reals got out of prison the same month.
Y'all both got came out
14, I got out, he got out the 6. He got out the 6, I got out the 4. He got out the 6, I got out 14.
He got
off the 14, you got off the 20.
Well, he got up 14, I got up to 20. Yo, listen, guess what? I ain't hating. Never that. However, give me what
What's yours?
What I deserve. Give me what I earned. Not what I want. Give me what I earned. Give me what you said I would get. How about that? Keep your word. You want me to keep mine? Say what you mean and mean what you say.
Yo, and that's crazy, Rick.
Have some kind of integrity.
His case is not that type of case.
Have some type of integrity, please.
No murder, no,
You know what I'm
no
saying?
murder, no nothing. Like, what the
I
fuck
did
going
3
on?
state business and there ain't no murder on near one of them.
And still fucking with you. Like,
So
you
at the end of the day,
it's crazy.
you know what I'm saying? Please, man. Please,
We're
man.
gonna put that link on
Like,
there. All we need y'all just to
Do the
call
right thing, man.
and inquire, man. And
Do the right thing,
listen,
man.
why this brother stood on parole when he's doing the right thing? He's out there with his family. He's working. He ain't never had no dirty urines. He ain't never break no curfews. He did everything by the book. Why the fuck is he still on parole?
It's
Like
funny
parole?
how
Well,
a repeat offender, I'd be like, see, he shouldn't have never came home. But somebody who make it home and do the right thing don't get what they supposed to get.
That's how it is, man. That's how that shit is.
Yo,
backwards system.
yo, listen.
Corrupted system.
How are y'all really helping people when y'all, like, if you got a felony, you can't get this kind of job. Y'all blocked from jobs. Y'all blocked from making a person who was living the life of a criminal. Y'all blocked him from working so he can do the right thing. So it's like if y'all saying edging him on, go back to the streets where you came from. That's basically what it's like.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But then when they find something and they doing the right thing, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, well, he should have been doing that anyway.
Crazy.
Nah, that's not the case because you could become a product of your own environment.
That's right.
And if in your environment, there's nothing, and when I say nothing, you hungry and there's nothing to eat, you're going to do whatever you got to do to eat.
You have to.
You know what I'm saying?
You have
the
to.
laws of nature is self-preservation. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, for those who's in position that's controlling my situation right now, please act like I'm one of your kids, or act like I'm your husband, act like I'm your father, or act like I'm your son.
Facts.
And give me what rightfully belongs to mine. Don't tell me I'm free and the time has come for me to get what I'm due, and y'all still don't give it to me, like the 40 acres and a mule. Like, you know what I'm saying? So please, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Step
right.
up and do the right thing. It would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, man.
Freedom is a must.
Freedom is a must. I'm gonna put that link on there on this video. And listen, you see how these brothers come all the way from New York, Queens, wherever they come from in New York. They came to Connecticut. They came to my cookout I throw every year. It's it's an event that we support giving book bags to the kids, clothes to the kids, and stuff like that. If we can do this and get together like this, man, all these good brothers that are home, man, unite with these brothers, get together, you know what I'm saying? Go out, go for a couple of drinks and chill, man, you know what I'm saying? Because, that prison shit is corny. I remember when I was young, they used to say, yo, that prison shit is corny, and I didn't realize it till I got older that shit is really corny. Who the fuck want to be sitting up in prison 23 hours, 24 hours a day for years and years, you know what I'm saying?
That's
All
definitely
like
living.
slave masters.
But beyond prison, it's being entangled with the justice system.
That's right.
Right? It's once you get tangled up in the justice system, it's hard to get out.
It's very
There's a
hard.
biased opinion that's going to
It's
be
very
set
hard.
against you.
Once you go in, it's easy to go in. To come out, and these people that don't know, that never been in prison, they don't really know what we go through, man. Like, we got to fight to really get the fuck out.
Nah, if you make it out, that's considered a blessing.
And we got to avoid shit. Like, there's obstacles in there where you got even dudes that are hating so bad that they trying to fuck your data from going home. They put shit in your son while you in the yard.
Yeah.
Or the police try to set you up. And I remember that these people said, nah, I remember I used to call home and say, yo, the police just beat me up. They said, nah, it's impossible. I said, listen, man, I tell the family, yo, it's facts. I just got beat up by the police. Well, they correct said they don't do that.
And what's crazy? And say, what did you do?
But what's crazy about it, that see when Rest in Peace Viper Brooks situation came out, with the Marcy situation when they beat him up and it was caught on camera,
right?
Everybody believed now. But what happens to all the letters that we sent to Attorney General to all of years? Many of the letters from different facilities saying we was being abused, we was being beat up, and everything was coming back to be unfounded, that they didn't believe us. Now you believe?
Only thing that wasn't unfounded was the hospital report, a medical report of the prisoner being hurt. And now y'all made it seem like he hurt himself.
Crazy.
It's impossible to hurt yourself in that way.
Listen, we got to stick together, man, because all we got is us. You see how the government, these politicians, all that, they stick together, man. You know what I'm saying? They stick together to get against us. We got to stick together, to fight for us, man, because, all we got is us. And like I said, we've been through the same situation, so we know what it is, man. Like, I was told, way back that, listen, you need to go see a psychiatrist when you get stressed out. Nah, my psychiatrist is talking to Kai, talking to real, talking to these brothers that been in my situation. I can tell Kai right now, yo, you remember motherfucking Attica? Yeah, A block over there by 42nd Street. And we can relate on where we was at in these buildings because we've been there and we know. So picture me wanting to talk to a therapist that's never been in jail, don't know what it is about no guns, stabbing nobody, going through these situations.
And the end
shit
result,
like that.
Want to prescribe us medication that's going to mess us up more.
Yeah. And they do that in the jail. Like a lot of times they
take a pill for everything.
We found that shit. We found, even though I never drunk that juice in the mess hall, but it was true fact that they used to put them juices inside the mess hall juice to calm the population down.
But guess what?
So you don't see a zombie walking.
You don't see when they put up the laws and they say if you worked in the situation where you had lead or you had this, you don't hear them say about prison. If you drunk the mess hall juice, you got a lawsuit. You don't hear them say that. They'll never say that one. They don't never say if you ate soy in prison, you could have went through some kind of change because that creates estrogen. Men ain't supposed to be eating soy. You know what I'm saying? That's why they don't give it to the women because it's too much estrogen. But they allow the women to have real food, but the men they want them to eat soy.
Yeah.
I don't know what the world is coming to. I ain't never been to school where they promote homosexuality. Like there's just a lot of things. It's crazy.
We get surrounded by a corrupt system.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Department of corruption officers. We just surrounded by these people, man. Because I can tell you, look, ain't nobody here right now to see what we doing. We supporting a good cause right now. People coming from different states to attend this event. Ain't nobody here. Right now, we pull out the guns, couple of shots up in the air, and this shit get crowded. Reports and all the shit that come out here. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, man, we got to stick together. Again, all we got is us.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? These brothers came from New York, man, to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to do that. Sometimes I got to go to New York. Little come down here when he at work, and sometimes end up over here from his work. They send him on a load to come down this way. First thing he do is call me. Yeah, you know, I meet up with him. I let my steam out. He let his steam out. We go back home. We back to normal again, you know, because, you know, I'd rather let my steam go with people that know what I went through and what we went through than have to talk to somebody that don't know the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Again,
and,
we got to stand for something, else we'll fall for anything.
You know, we got to do something about this, man. And, you know, for the families that got families still up in there locked up, you know what I'm saying? Listen, if you don't stand up for them, you know, you don't let them call once in a while, whatever, they do what they did in Clinton. Look, a lot of people don't know Clinton Correctional Facility, the basketball court that people play in those courts, they buried a lot of inmates in that
gym.
Under that gym.
That gym was an extension. It wasn't part of the original
and they
gym.
buried a lot of people there. You know who they buried there? The people that they know that they could fuck with, that don't got no communication with nobody, no support, no nothing, and that's who they
that's the system
buried up in there. As soon as them dudes made a complaint, they went and retaliated. They killed them, buried up them people under the gym. This is true fact.
And I want you to see that
true
as
fact, man.
Bullies. That's what they do. They get in there. They nothing but bullies, and you will see. Correction is one of the biggest gang in the world, especially when you combine them with the NYPD and the police. Biggest gang in the world.
Starting from downstairs. You know, when you go downstairs,
they have badges to back them up. And because they have the badges and guns to back them up, and they got the people in the black robe to say, oh, they're good people.
Yeah.
You know, why would they do that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them don't know the laws.
Crazy.
And the rules and protocol and procedures.
But you know what I'm saying? Thanks to be God, they getting caught up with a lot of this corruption shit that's popping up now. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, rest in peace, Robert Brooks. That behind his video, a lot of things have popped out. They starting to now believe us, which they already knew that this was happening to us. They just didn't want to believe us because, you know, blue stick with blue. Gray stick with gray. Orange stick with orange.
The funny part about it,
believe us,
and they been sticking together.
Stick with
they
green,
do. But green, why green don't want to stick with green? Why are we going against each other, man?
Yeah, that
why
part.
Green is not sticking with green?
That part.
Whether inside or outside.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? We come out, don't forget those dudes.
It's amazing. It's amazing. The more money you got, the more power you got.
Crazy.
Nobody said it better than Bill Gates. I'm going to make a vaccine that's going to take people out. He actually said it. It happened and got away with it. So basically, you know what I'm saying? Off of his ideas and his money and power, a lot of people passed away through these vaccine shots and all of this stuff. You tell us it wasn't mandated, then you threaten to take people jobs if they don't get the...
Crazy.
Yo, I ain't going to front. America, y'all is ill.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Y'all are ill. Y'all
it's
the
crazy,
illest
man.
criminals alive. Like,
it's crazy.
Yo, everything y'all got from taking it and then trying to put laws in place so nobody can't get rich off it the way you did.
And all that.
Yo, y'all
and everything. A lot of shit.
Yo. But you know what, man?
But that's our fault.
At the end of the day,
want to stick together.
No, I wouldn't say that. You know what I'm saying? Everything they said the high suffering blacks and Hispanics put it in the book, and they ain't want to allow us to read. You know what I'm saying? And then by the time they wanted us to allow us to read, because there's certain history books that the truth is in that don't exist no more. This is also why y'all trying to do away with the paper trail. You try to make people be like, oh, you don't want to cut all these papers. Yeah. Do away with the paper trail. Papers is important, people. Just like not getting that new license is important. Because you get that new license, you under their law.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you think I'm lying, ask yourself, do your birthday expire? Your birthday never expires. So why do you got to go to the fucking DMV and pay again to renew your license?
And you know when you're born, that name you was given is your name. How the fuck they incorporated that name and they making money off of your name when your family is the one that put that name up on there?
But that's what happened when you fill out the birth certificate and they allow them to keep the placenta.
And that's why a lot of people is getting on Social Security and getting EIN numbers. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Because, you know, it's starting to catch up.
It's
ridiculous. The system is corrupt.
It's ridiculous. And then guess what? Why y'all need robots for? At the end of the day, y'all got so many people calling that teleprompter shit, calling. They seem like they robots themselves.
Yeah, robots already.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Calling, harassing you about this or that. You know what I'm saying? Stop calling my phone. If you ain't trying to help me make ends meet, please stop calling my phone and talking about nonsense.
Yeah. Listen, man, I'm gonna put the link. I'm gonna take you to see what's going on over here. I'm gonna put the link with Kyle's information on his video when it low. We're gonna go get some water. So y'all wanna get some water for another?
Yeah.
And let me see this shit. Oh man, it shut off. This shit.
It was that beat that I heard, that first beat. Yeah,
the other one is running?
Yeah, that one is still running.
Okay.
So that one's gonna be, just shut this one off. Yeah, this one is still good.